my dudes, how's everybody doing tonight? What's up? We are here with Legal Vices. What's up, Jeff? How's it going?
Arrow. Flux is so funny.
I
was having a great conversation with her backstage. I thought we were on air because I was like 2 minutes late. We're just talking, and then she's like, "No, we haven't gone live yet." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
Because okay, so for those of you who don't know, like today I went over to my best friend's house and she straightened and braided my hair. That's why I'm not wearing the hat, because she did the French braids for me.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. Oh. It's like so cute. So
you gotta see the sides. We gotta see the French braid sides.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So she straightened it, and guys, this was the first time I've had my hair straightened in probably 6 years or more. Like, just forever. It's been forever since it's been straightened. And so she straightened it, and she finished straightening it. She's like, let me take a picture and show you. So I'm like, okay. And she took a picture, and I'm like, oh is like that now. And so I immediately sent it to Jeff, and I'm like, oh my God, look at my hair.
No, you people, you have not seen her hair. And most of you don't even know how long her braids are. Her braids don't end anywhere near here. Her braids go on forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, you got to figure just like and she's rocking the double braids. So it's not like one big gigantic thick braid. She's rocking the two braids. They're both as long as she's got like a full wingspan of braids on her head.
I was doing this earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. And so figure, the fact it's double braided plus the length that you take up doing a 3-strand braid. She's got hair, people. She's got hair. I threatened to show one of her hair pictures before, but she told me not to. But this one, you've got to see. She's Cousin It.
And
she's Cousin It from the Addams Family. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. She is Cousin It. In fact, I sent her a picture of Cousin It with the Addams Family on it last night, just as a joke. And then she sent me back. And she sent me back the same picture, but with her standing next to Cousin It. And I just thought, why is she sending me the same picture again? I didn't even know she was in the picture. That's how much she looks like Cousin It. Because there's one episode of the Addams Family where Cousin It's like mother or somebody came, and I thought that's what it was from.
That was the best part. Your face when I was like, yeah, did you like the picture that I sent you? And you're like, just you. And then you like, when you realized that I was also standing there, that was funny. That was great. Okay, I'll show the picture then.
Mary Jane, not really Sarah, says she's seen your hair.
Not like this. You ready for it? You ready for it? All right, here we go. Yeah.
That's Flux's hair.
That was me getting my hair straightened today. It's a lot. It's longer than I thought. So what I then did was Jeff sent me this picture. Where is it? Jeff sent me this picture right here. And then I had to send him back this picture. Which, this is what killed me and is really funny. He didn't even notice I was standing right here.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
That's my bag. That's with all my hair behind me. However, at one point I did have my hair kind of all the way around, and my best friend, she goes, "Oh my God, you really are Cousin It." And I was like, I told you. And now I just gotta like get because my sunglasses are round like that. I just gotta get my sunglasses and like put them on the back of my head.
Oh no, totally.
It would be perfect. It would be perfect. But yeah,
I'm trying to find this picture of like, because like I said, there was the one episode of the Addams Family where it was like his brother or his son or his mother, somebody came, and I literally thought that's just what it was.
I could 100% be Cousin It for Christmas, or I mean for Halloween.
Christmas.
I have no idea where that came from for Halloween, and it would be perfect.
You can do it for Christmas too. Yeah.
I could. That would be. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmassy. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I've told my skeleton story before, so you can do it for Christmas. I know I've told my skeleton story like 3 times. So we'll do the condensed version. There was this girl I was madly in love with, like so madly in love. There was an apartment building that was the first floor was like a full family apartment. The second floor was chopped up into 4 studio apartments. And this girl had this super big crush on. She lived in one of the apartments, and I paid the guy that lived diagonally from her $500 to move out so I could move in.
I remember.
And then we just super fast friends, and it was so many stories with her. I mean, one of them is just a tragic story of relationships, but the other one is her aunt was a nurse in a hospital, and somehow she got like an actual skeleton from the I guess one of their teaching labs or something, and let my friend put it in front of the house for Halloween. So hey, we have a skeleton for Halloween, and then Thanksgiving's coming, so we thought, well, why don't we just put like a pilgrim dress on her? So we dressed her up like a little pilgrim for Thanksgiving, and then Christmas came around, and I thought, well, let's put a Santa suit on her. And
that's awesome.
Then we were debating whether to keep it around till Easter, and we thought, a risen skeleton might be kind of pushing the bounds of decency in Utah. But at some point, along the line, we named it Karen Carpenter. So it was. Yeah. So that's
nice.
That's the story of our skeleton,
that.
Karen Carpenter. Yeah. We also got in trouble with the police once.
Oh.
We were told that this is when, because eventually she moved into a townhouse and I moved into a townhouse down the block from her. But when we lived in the studio apartments, we were told that our anatomically correct snowmen and snowwomen were inappropriate to display on the street corner.
You don't say.
We were good friends. I miss her.
Oh goodness. So what have you been up to? It's been a minute since I've seen you. Hasn't it? No, it hasn't. I saw you last week for
and then Friday, you actually saw me 6 weeks ago? 8 weeks ago ish. 9 weeks ago.
Was it really? It feels like it was a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it's only been it's been 2 months.
Oh wow.
Last part of May.
Oh yeah.
So about,
this summer's gone by. So I have a question. I was meaning to ask you before, and I just always forgot. Be honest. How well did I handle my alcohol?
You're awesome,
right? I handle alcohol very well, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I did find the. I was just telling Hayden the other day. I found the video of us. Of you, me, Hayden, Jess, and Mr. Jess, when we were at the bottom of the bottle of Hibiki in my hotel room. We were having fun. Yeah, we were having fun.
I mean, that was that was really good whiskey.
It was.
Like damn, that was really good whiskey. But
so we could show it, but I don't know. I don't know if Jess is cool with Mr. Jess or if Mr. Jess cool with. So I'll send her a message and see if she's, because it's fun. It was a fun time. But no, you were like a champion. You were awesome.
Because I'm like, I did drink a hell of a lot, and I'm like, I feel like my tolerance is still really high from back in the day when I drank all the time, because that's what you do when you're in the army.
Well, you certainly handled the whiskey much better than I handled an edible.
A little bit. Yep.
No, not a little bit.
Love it.
There was no little bit involved in that. They're like way better.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Really quick, we got a member chat from Christine Fortunato, member for 9 months. Thank you so much for being a mocha dick for 9 months. Hell yeah. And then also, Flux, I've been with you for 9. Hell yeah, girl. Thank you so much for riding with me for 9 months. You rock. And real quick, say what's up, chat. I feel like I neglected you a little bit. How's it going? We got Mary Jane in the house. We got Uncle Buck as always. DK Cripple. How's it going? What's up, everybody?
Need my cousin It hat.
Right, and now I feel like I should go get like
shit. Now,
my sunglasses.
Now earphones. Damn it, hang on.
Isn't that the pits? See, it really depends. It depends on the type of edible, and it depends on how much you normally intake. There's a lot of stuff. I won't neglect you, Ellie. I won't neglect you. See, it's funny because earlier I was wearing this hat, and I almost had it, like I almost wore it, but I'm like, let me show off my braids.
Nah, gotta show off the Frenchies.
Right? But it's funny because if I was wearing that hat, that's the same hat that I was wearing in the picture in the thumbnail. And that's the same shirt you were wearing in the picture in the thumbnail 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is my hang around. And this is just the default t-shirt. I just want to smoke cigars and drink whiskey shirt.
I love that so much. And then I almost wore my D&D shirt because that's my favorite shirt. And it's in like both of the thumbnail, or it's like both pictures. I love that shirt. It's such a comfortable shirt.
Oh, it is.
Like, right?
Yeah, the material's like really nice on that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was like a $20 t-shirt. And I'm like, it's good for a $20 t-shirt. The material was wonderful. But
yeah, Flux and I we're also t-shirt twins.
Mm-hmm.
We're accidental t-shirt twins.
That was funny. Which was that a Fuck It Friday stream?
No, it was one of the unexplained streams, I think.
Nice. We accidentally wore the same t-shirt. It was so awesome.
Yeah, we just randomly wore the same t-shirt on a stream. That was kind of fun.
But yeah, it was.
Yeah, edibles didn't do me well, did they?
We should have had more of a separation between the alcohol and the edibles.
I'm still thinking it was just my body doesn't like them.
That could be it too. I do know some people who have an intolerance to marijuana, which is unfortunate. It makes them feel sick.
Yeah, because there was no relaxation, no chill, nothing. It was just shaking, sweating, anxiety.
That might be just like I said, there are people I know that just have like an intolerance, and it does kind of the opposite. And unfortunately, I think that might be you, which is
more evidence that I may not be my father's child. Everyone else in my family seems to like the drugs.
Yeah, that's
Jess has responded.
Ooh.
So let's see
what
here.
Did she say?
I just said Jess, so she said Jeff. So now I need to ask her the question. I'll mute myself while I type furiously.
No worries. DK Cripple asks, Flux, is your hair heavy? In grade 11, I shaved my head and raised $1,000 for cancer research. Also, I mailed off a 5-pound, a 5-pound braid to make a wig or 3. Yeah, my braids are pretty heavy. I'd say they're probably combined. There may be like a pound or 2. I know when my hair gets wet, holy cow, my hair is heavy when it gets wet. But we definitely were twins in another life. But yeah, no, they're probably a pound a piece. I don't know. I'm not good at estimation. I'm really not good at estimation when it comes to weight. When it comes to estimating anything. I'm not great at estimation. Sounds like a newbie thing. I used to get anxiety. No, that wasn't anxiety. He had like the actual
Yeah,
shakes.
yeah. It
It was a physical reaction.
It would have developed into a full-on panic attack if I had not known that's what was happening. And it was wild because there was just nothing. But as soon as I got out, like into the hot sun, like 3 or 4 minutes, because we had to walk across the street to get from where we were staying to the to Caesar's Palace, because I was going to show them around Caesar's Palace. I showed them to the front door of Caesar's Palace, and then, but it was just like once the heat, I don't know, the heat hit, it was probably just a coincidental timing thing. But we just kind of got walking partway through, and I just said, I need to sit down. And I mean, it was like I've described it before as just being it felt like one of the absolute worst drunks I've ever had in my life. Like to the point where if I'm drinking alcohol outside and I start feeling that way, it's time for me to go home right now.
I still think it was because we spent the entire night drinking like 4 hours before.
Well, 6, but we drank a lot.
We drank a lot. We had drank a lot.
We got kicked out of what, 3 different bars?
I wouldn't say kicked out because that implies that we did. No, it's
okay. We closed 3 different bars.
Yeah, we shut down 3 different bars. Well, no, it was 3. Because
we started out with Ari, where we all got lit. Then we went over to the 8 Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
And after 8 Cigar Lounge closed, then we got sent across the casino to the other cigar lounge, and then they closed, and then we're like, guess nobody wants us.
Yeah, we wandered around for a good long time, but that was like the most fun. We were all just drunk wandering around the hotel.
Yeah, but then like the next day when we got in there, and I really started feeling like, all right, I'm feeling bad. It's like it felt I know how I feel like when I'm in my really, really terrible drunks, and that's how it was. And I'm like, okay, this is bad. I need to sit down. So I barely remember making it to the Cheesecake Factory. We're like, okay, there's going to be food. I need food. That, we hadn't eaten anything either yet before this, which probably didn't help. But we got there, and then when I was ordering my food, I got like some soup. I just wanted soup because I could eat soup and water. But like I was just like holding the water, just shaking 2 hands, trying to drink the water. And I got 4 bites of soup because the spoon was shaking. And I was this close to a panic attack. But I knew that's what was happening
the night before. Yeah.
Yeah. When I knew that's the thing that saved me, is I knew what was happening. Yeah. And I knew what to expect. And I knew it's okay. This is just something I've got to ride out.
Yeah, this is just some reaction. Yeah. I gotta just deal with it.
There's nothing bad. There's just nothing wrong is going on. This is just something I gotta ride out, and I just white knuckled it.
And then we got in a cab with a driver who got fired from her previous driving job for.
Well, now let me tell you what I remember from the conversation, and you tell me what actually happened, because I have about 30 seconds remembrance of this taxi ride. See, that was the other thing that was like this weird thing, like it was a really bad drunk. I don't remember anything. It was like I was like super drunk and can't remember anything, which apparently that's not supposed to happen when you're doing edibles.
That doesn't happen with like weed.
It was a legit drunk. It was weird as hell, but I remember, and literally we were going across the street. Remember, our hotel was across the street.
She did not just go across the street. She
drove around a lot. She gave
me anxiety.
Las Vegas and Utah have one thing in common: you can't turn left anywhere.
Yeah,
you just can't make left turns anywhere. But holy crap! So we were. I remember it was a long time to get across the street. But I remember getting in. I remember, and this is what I remember, and I know it can't be right. My remembrance was she said she served time in jail. and or jail or prison. I can't remember what she did. She served time somewhere because she had a job as a chauffeur driver, like a limousine driver, and she fell asleep while she was driving, and somebody may or may not have died. And then she got a new job. And I just remember saying, well, at least you got some sleep on the job. And then I have no idea what we talked about the rest of the however long we were in that drive. And I just remember I kept telling Flux, like, I apologize probably 80 times. I know I sound like a raving fucking idiot right now. I know. I'm sorry. I just sound really, really stupid. Shit's coming out of here that I just can't control. So please. So that's all I remember of the drive. What really happened on that?
You got most of like the story, the words that were said accurate. However, the order is a little off. So she did serve time in the military. So there was time served in the Navy.
Wait, so she didn't go to jail?
No, there was no jail. However, she was a limousine driver and a chauffeur, and she had pulled up to pick up the ride or whatever, and he was late and she was tired, and she was parked, like, waiting there, and she fell asleep waiting for the dude, and the dude came down, and like there was, it was this whole big issue, and she's like, but nobody died, so it's fine. And
nobody died.
So
I just heard she fell asleep while she was driving and somebody died, so she went to prison.
No, but then she started talking about how she was a DJ and she wanted to give us her mixtape. And then she asked what we yes, dude. She was talking about her mixtape and you were like, oh, yeah. And I was expecting you to say something about your radio days, but one, we couldn't get a word in edgewise because she was just
I do remember she talked a lot.
I
think at one point I said she needs to shut the fuck up or something like that.
Yeah.
If not, I thought it really loudly.
You said, does she ever shut the fuck up? But I don't think she heard you because she was talking
about
her tape. And then she asked what we did. You said you were a lawyer. I said I did accounting shit. And she said, oh, good. And then started talking about how she has to give all these rides to all these content creators and how they're all so annoying and how good for us that we have real jobs and that we're doing real stuff with our lives. And it was an interesting ride. It was one of the most interesting rides I've had. So that was the ride back. And at one point you did say like, oh yeah, one thing about locals is they know like all the roads to take to get you there the quickest.
I remember saying that.
Kind of implying that she didn't know where she was going.
Oh,
it kind of implied that a little bit, and she's like, oh yeah, no, I know all these back roads, and like then she started defending her driving skills, and it's just she was a fiery one. I don't think
no, the edible was not laced with anything. It was
no, because I also had the same ones.
I'll tell you who's got the tolerance. Holy cow.
See, and like candy. That's what made me nervous that trip, is because I was like, I drank a lot, and then I I'm like, wow, I just have a high tolerance for a lot of shit.
Yeah, you do. I'm hooking up my camera. Jess said it's okay to show the video.
No worries. Yeah, I don't know. I just have a high tolerance for a lot of stuff, and I don't know like if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yep. So it was just a weird thing. It was a one-off thing.
It was a weird. That was just a weird trip.
I might be willing to make another effort, like in a completely controlled environment, well-fed, well-rested, no drinks.
Yeah.
That I might be persuaded somehow, just to make sure.
Yeah, just
Because
to
I
make
didn't
sure.
like it.
Yeah, because the whole not remembering thing, I honestly think it's because we had too much. We didn't have enough time between the amount of alcohol we drank and the THC, which does not react well together with a lot of people. But I did
Uh,
not know there was a video. Is this like a 5 a.m. video?
eh, no, it was a because we started the hibiki as soon as I got there. So
Yeah, we opened that bottle like right away.
yeah, and it went. This
And
was like the
the
late
first
evening.
night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. Is this the one we need? I have to check the date. June 2nd, 24th. This might be it. Nope. That's just before I left on vacation.
Moxie Dame in the house. What's up, Jess? How's it
Hey,
going?
there she is.
Says that Habiki was fire. It was. I want to find a bottle just because that was so good, and just only bring it out ever maybe once in my life. But
Well, the bottle made it expensive. That gorgeous, gorgeous bottle,
see,
which I'm
that bottle was absolutely beautiful.
well, and I wanted to buy another one coming back just for the bottle. I mean, you can find the bottle of the Hibiki Harmony for anywhere between like $80 and $120. But the beautiful bottle made it like almost 300.
That
But I wanted to
that
pick it up on the
bottle
way
was
back, but I could only
magnificent.
bring in 2. So I'm like, oh my
Oh.
God. And there was 3 I wanted to buy in duty free. And I thought, okay, I've got to let the bottle go because I just had that one and I can't find these other 2 in Korea. So all right, we've got the video here.
Ooh, go for it. You can
I have
present it,
to
right? Or do I have to?
um I've got to download it from the camera first, otherwise we won't have the audio, and that's kind of the funny part.
Oh
So let me move it to another file here. Let's see. Where am I going to move it?
That, and the other night, or what was it, last week at some point when I was on my way to work, I heard the Men at Work song.
Yeah.
And I just I flash back to when we were at the piano bar, and I'm just like, oh my God, that was so fun.
Oh, the piano bar was awesome.
That was just like, I need to go back to live music more. That was so
Like
great.
Ari made it fun. Ari Jake was so damn fun.
That was so neat.
She just took care of all of the energy for all of us.
For like that entire club.
Yeah.
That whole club was like popping because of her.
Well, Moxie Dame Jess, she was enjoying the piano bar too, but yeah, Ari Jacob, she was in charge of the energy department.
Oh yeah. That was funny. And then it's like between that, the table behind us, the other table behind us, and the table next to us, like it was just a fun time.
Oh, that table behind us was like everybody's fantasy.
No, you're thinking about the table next to us. It was the table next to us.
Yeah,
Was
there a different table behind us?
Yeah, there was.
Noticing?
Yeah, no, there was the table next to us with everybody's cup of tea, and then the table behind us with the judge and the doctor.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which they weren't bad either. And then the dude behind us with those bright red pants.
Oh, I remember Bright Red Pants Guy.
Yeah, that was that. It's hard to forget Bright Red Pants Guy.
But now that table next to us, oh my God, it was like everybody's fantasy over there. It was 2 super hot 21-year-old girls, like super hot 21-year-old girls, and their super hot MILF moms who had just come out of a Carrie Underwood concert.
So man, when that Carrie Underwood concert got out, oh my God.
All right, we've got the video locked and loaded here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. There we go.
I don't know if they were pleather. I don't think they were pleather.
The red guy?
Yeah.
All right, now this is going to start out funny because we had, we meaning me, had recorded a bunch before this, and then I realized I hadn't actually recorded anything, so we had to do it again. And the idea was to pretend like we hadn't just done this. Hey,
I don't remember this.
You don't remember this?
I don't remember this.
Yeah, all right. So we've got everybody around here. This was just hours after. I wonder if it does it have an actual timestamp on this? This was 11:12 a.m. Korea time. So that would have been what, 10, 9, 8, it would have been 7:30 p.m. It'd been 7:12 p.m. in Vegas. So we all started drinking around noon.
I was gonna say, this is 7 at night. This was before we even went to the Penn and Teller show, right?
Yeah. This was right before. This was before the Penn and Teller concert, the performance. All right, this is Moxie. Damn, I'm worried. I don't know what this is.
Me too. I don't remember. Oh Lord.
Well, all right. I hope I still have friends after I play this.
Well, I mean, we were still friends after anyway, so we're good.
Here's this was a random 1 minute and 17 seconds in the life of us over 4 days in Vegas. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. Just got here to Las Vegas. And we've been doing a lot of things already. We're here in Vegas. We arrived safely. We've got who do we got here? We've got Hayden. It's like Ozzy Overlord. We've got Mr. Waifu Kron, now formerly known as Waifu Kron, but now Moxie Dame Mr. We've got Flux with the weird beard thing.
It's not weird, it's my beard.
It's the weird beard.
Now. It's a beautiful beard.
And then we've got Moxie Dame Jess now we're here up close and personal, who's just telling us about coffee enemas, and that's how we're starting this thing. So we need
coffee enemas?
No.
Coffee enemas. Coffee.
Yeah, coffee enemas.
Oh,
No, he said cock, and then he said coffee.
yes,
No.
my ears do not lie.
They're both the same,
Just a
whatever.
little close.
Cheers.
Anyway,
because he recorded my gun, so that is not
that's the bottle.
going
And we've got
That is such a beautiful bottle.
Duty free stuff here. But yeah, we're just here. Like I said, I got here safely. Everything is going super great. We're gonna keep you posted as time goes by. We never did. So for all your
No.
degenerate weirdness, stay here. Bye. That's our Vegas video.
I don't remember talking about the coffee enemas either. I must have blocked that out.
First time meeting Jess. Coffee enemas. That's not the first time we'd met Jess. We know what Jess is all about.
Oh yeah. Because this was our second year all getting together,
Yeah.
right? And then next year, I think we should just do Vegas next year. I don't know about going all the way to Scotland.
It's probably closer to it's only about a 4 or 5 hour flight to Scotland.
Actually, that's fair, especially because I'm already on the.
And you wouldn't have to go through Texas. You wouldn't have to go through Dallas to get home.
I hate Dallas. Why is Dallas such a terrible airport?
Because it's in Dallas. That's why.
Ellie says apparently what happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas.
No, we had fun. That was a fun time.
It was a lot of fun. That was like I hadn't stayed up that late in like ever.
Yeah, well, because
long time.
that's the thing is that night we started drinking like about noon. Then we had to stop around 7:30 or 8 because we had to go to the Penn and Teller show with Hayden and Flux and I, and then Jess and Mr. Jess went off and did something, and then we met up after that, and then we just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
That was when we went to the piano bar. Ari came out. We went till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Literally.
So it was basically it was pretty much an 18-hour bender, and then the edible started like 4 hours later, and then I tapped out for a few hours.
But you slept well, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that's what once because like Hayden was still wandering around, and I just said, "Look, you guys go do your thing. I'm going to sleep this off, and when I wake up, I'll just say, "Where are you?" And then I'll go meet you.
Chinese.
Oh dear. But we got some things on the horizon here, because at Flux's insistence, I have joined Steam and I'm ready to download Red Dead Redemption 2. Flux was talking about us doing a playthrough, co-op playthrough.
That would be really fun. Like, so we would have to play online. However, I think we can still do private online, and like they still have a really good story for online, and it's so fun riding your horses.
No, stream it. Make money off that.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm talking about an online public room.
Oh, okay.
Making it private.
Yeah, all right.
So that other people can't mess with us, because assholes be assholing.
Yeah.
Especially in Rockstar games. But Boosh says, play Minecraft with us, Jeff.
Well, you don't do the you don't do the open one anymore, do you?
I still have it. I haven't been in there in a minute. I haven't had as much time to play video games recently, and I'm like, I want to play video games, but like, being an adult and stuff, life and whatnot. Uncle Buck says Steam. I don't have it nor understand it. It's a platform for like video games. It's just like a marketplace and a platform so that you can buy video games.
And it assists with streaming online.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it has a good interface.
I need to look into that, because I didn't know that.
It's just like on StreamYard, if you do the share screen, there's like a share entire screen, and if you just dedicate one screen to it, it just do a full screen, and it just lets you stream right there.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, but I need one of those things where it automatically reads the super chats. I don't know how to do that.
You can't do it on StreamYard. It's got to go through one of the complicated OBS things.
I hate OBS. It's so complicated.
Yeah, that's why Hayden's like, "Oh, I can show you how to use it in 20 minutes." I said, "No, you can show me how to fuck it up in 20 minutes. That's all you're going to show me." And I'll keep it simple. That's kind of how I get through life. Just keeping it simple. Yeah,
that's what I try to do. The KISS method. Yeah. But really quick, we got Tammy Fayette. What's up, Tammy? How's it going? $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Shenanigans. Ooh, Shenanigans has been called. And then Little Dog Shaz, what's up, with a 6-month member chat. Thank you so much for being a mocha dick for 6 months. 6 months of being forced to be a mocha dick.
It happens to the best of us.
That's awesome. I like 6 months of being you don't even get a choice. You're just a mocha dick by force. That rocks. That rocks. And Torgo the White with a 10-month member chat. Thank you so much for being a member for 10 months. Hell yeah. Get Flugs bigots. Thank you so much, Torgo. And it's good to see you here. But Uncle Buck, yep, the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
And that's another thing we did in Vegas. We went to the KISS Rock and Roll Museum Miniature Golf Course.
That was so cool. I mean, mini golf 1 is fun. Glow in the dark mini golf is 2. KISS themed glow in the dark mini golf. Like,
that was pretty cool.
And I was the only one in the group to get a hole in one.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Also got the most points too, so yay.
Yeah, you won. You got the most points in golf.
I got the most points.
She outscored all of us. But we do have to say thanks to Tammy Fayette, though, for being the very first super chatter of the day.
Yes.
For getting the coinage flowing, for loosening up people's pockets.
And I should have put, I'm thinking about putting hair pictures behind paywalls. I'll put out more hair pictures, like when we reach super chat goals.
Sorry, I'm
Lord.
old. Back in the day, in the world of Japanese prawn, hair picture meant something totally different.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Sorry, I
See,
chuckled.
with my hair, I believe I was supposed to be born in the 80s. I would have had amazing 80s hair.
See, Mary Jane knows what's up. The hair prawn. Right.
Alpha only hairs. That
No thanks.
that
No thanks.
So I wanted to talk to you too about
Yeah.
Wolverine and Deadpool. It's been enough
Yes.
time. We can
Yeah.
talk about it without worrying about spoilers. Because, oh my God, when Jennifer Gardner walked in, I almost died.
I had a very interesting viewing experience.
Yeah.
There was like 400 Koreans, and there was me, and I think there was 3 or 4 other whiteys in the back. Whiteys is such a good word. We need to bring that back.
Right?
There's a couple other whiteys back there. And so
Lord.
there was a lot of just laughing out loud and being the only one I could hear laughing and the occasional chuckle in the back. But also, I was far and away the oldest person in the, in the theater.
Really?
Yeah. And so it was mostly, 20 somethings, early 30 somethings. And these would be the people that have no idea the old Fox Marvel things. So there was a lot of cameos that I was the only one doing it. But when they had the Jennifer Garner, Elektra, when they had her, I literally wanted to stand up and cheer, but I thought that would just be sad. It was a shitty movie. Elektra was a shitty movie, but still.
But
it was
still,
a great
it's
show.
like, yeah, it's the nostalgia of it, and just like, I always loved, like, I love Jennifer Garner. She's just like, she's hot, and she's still hot.
Well, when Elektra came out, that she was riding the coattails of that TV series she did.
Yeah.
About like all the time warping thing, and there was a big glob of big round ball of red stuff that changed the universe. What the hell was that show? Alias. That's right. Yeah. Manders 13 got an Alias.
Yep. I remember.
See, I fell in love with her in that. And then when that ended, she did Elektra. So she was riding on the coattails of Elektra. But does anybody, okay, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, go somewhere else for 5 minutes or so. Because not only did Jennifer Garner come in all of her Elektra gear, she walked in with Blade, Wesley Snipes together. And that was like awesome. They're like, there's 2 we've forgotten about. And then you get Elektra and Blade walking in, and
it was oh my God, I was so excited. Mrs. Flux did have to hold my leg and be like, nope, just stay, just sit down, you're okay, just relax.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of people in the theater, and everybody just started woo, yeah. And I'm just like, yay, I can be loud and cheer, and I'm not the only
it was just crickets in my theater. Just crickets.
That's so sad.
Tumbleweeds and crickets. And I'm the only one going,
oh my God.
And they're making a new Blade now. They're doing a rebooting of Blade.
Even after that one liner that he just smoked.
He had the one liner.
That was just a beautiful smoke show. Just the big old, there's only one Blade. I'm like, yeah.
That's why he did that. There's only one Blade. Then the camera zooms on his face and he's going, because they're in the middle of remaking Blade right now.
I didn't know that, and that makes that line even better.
Yeah.
and
go ahead.
Channing Tatum is Gambit. I loved that so much. It worked.
There's so many people that hate that. There's so many people that say that was the worst part of the movie.
But it was the funniest part.
They don't get that it was supposed to be that way. They were making fun of the way that they were handled in the other series. I couldn't understand him. That was the worst Cajun accent ever. I couldn't. That's the point. It was supposed to be stupid and ridiculous and funny.
It was supposed to be bad. Like, even like Deadpool comments like, "Who is your linguistics coach?" or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be that bad. And it just worked. And then the fact that they brought Chris Evans back to reprise the Human Torch.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, it was such a big deal when he came out as Captain America, because everybody's like, no, you can't do this. He was already
he was already in that really sucky Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, we're like, you can't you can't do this. It was a huge deal. So the fact that they made a callback to that, oh my god, that like just it touched my nerd soul.
Yeah, and it was good. He had the Avengers patch on the side of his arm, and he had like the Captain America thing. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And even like Deadpool's like, "He's going to say the words. He's going to say the words." He was like waiting for the Avengers assemble. He's like, "Flash on!" Everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah,
really shitty Flash thing was really fun.
That movie was so bad. But it's
and Chris Evans' filthy mouth in that thing.
Oh, I know, right? That was hysterical. And like, I don't understand why people leave the theater. It's a Marvel movie. There's always going to be an extra, but people always get up and leave before the credits are over. And
then they're always surprised when halfway down the aisle, like,
there's like, right? And they're like, oh, they stop and watch. I'm like, yeah, where were you going? Like, what were you even doing? But
just if the house lights haven't come on, the movie's not over.
Right? Like, just sit and like deal with the credits. You're okay. Tammy Fayette with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. What movie are you talking about? We are talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, which
great movie.
I know a few people who didn't like it, and I'm like, but why? And they're like, well, it's just vulgar for vulgarity's sake. And I'm like,
yes,
yeah, that's Deadpool.
You missed Deadpool 1 and 2.
Like, did you not see Deadpool? Yeah, did you not see Deadpool 1 and 2 where like Deadpool is just a vulgar guy? Like, he's vulgar for vulgarity's sake, and like, that's how it is. That's just, yeah. But people did, and a lot of gay people didn't like it too because of all the gay jokes, which I found to be hysterical.
They were hilarious.
Well, they were so perfectly timed.
Well, for those of you who don't know, it's a multiverse movie, so they're bringing in all the literally hundreds of Deadpools from all over the different universes, and like the main Deadpool they brought in was this, just like he was a how did they called him Nice Pool.
Nice Pool.
How did they describe him? He was like a feminist something
completely just.
Yeah. He just had like the long flowing hair, and he's like, well, why aren't you wearing a
little dumb top knot?
Yeah, he's like, wearing a mask with this face. And he had this like that stupid dog that's like the ugliest dog in the world with the tongue that hangs out. That dog was in the movie. That was his dog. That was Dogpool.
Dogpool.
And he had these really nice, like gold-plated 50 caliber Desert Eagles. And it's like the only reason that Deadpool kept him around was so that he could murder him and take his dog and guns.
Yep. And it was the greatest. And he's like, I mean, to be fair though, he kind of could have assumed that he would have regenerated. How fast will you regenerate? And he's like, what? Oh. But I tell, like, that final fight scene between all the Deadpools and Deadpool and Wolverine, that is one of the greatest fight scenes I think that's ever been choreographed. At least
I thought the one in the car was. The one in the car was the best. Wim asked,
legitimate
"Did the
fight.
Deadpool from X-Men movie show up?" Yes, that was one of the multiverse things they used to explain how Logan came back. They flash back to when Deadpool murdered the original Deadpool with his mouth sewn shut, when he killed off Green Lantern and he killed off the
That
original
was
X-Men
so good.
Deadpool. They went back to that and explained that killing that caused rifts in the timeline and stuff. So,
Which was hilarious. I liked that they did that because, like, it just makes sense, and that was really funny. And I love that that little dude who's sitting there on like the side of the runway at the TBA or
yeah.
whatever it's called, and like Deadpool's about to fall on him, and he's just like, I was like, that dude is hilarious. But
and for Whim also, not only did they have the Deadpool from the X-Men, the Sabretooth from the X-Men was also kind of a decent part of the film.
They also had Toad from the original
Yeah?
X-Men, and they had Pyro from the original X-Men, which I loved that they brought back all those original characters. I was like, again, I'm like, and Mrs. Flux is like, okay, stay in your, like, it's okay. You're okay, calm down. And I'm just like,
my big thing, the one thing that really, 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 really made me sad, if I had one criticism of the movie, it would be that they didn't bring Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider in.
that would have been funny.
I kept waiting for Ghost Rider.
That's an old one. I haven't seen that in a minute. That would have been funny.
I was kind of disappointed by that, because Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider would have been awesome in there, because they brought back almost all the other crappy ones from the, like I said, Elektra. Whereas Blade was not crappy. But okay, for those of you that don't give a shit about old comic book movies and really old ones, they've remade Daredevil. But they made the Daredevil TV series. But the Daredevil movie was Ben Affleck playing Daredevil. And Jennifer Garner was married to Ben Affleck, as some of you may remember. So they brought in Blade, they brought in Elektra, Jennifer Garner, Elektra, and Wesley Snipes Blade in together. And then someone asked the question, it's like, well, it was Deadpool. He goes, I'm sorry, we didn't get Ben Affleck in with this one. And Jennifer Garner's like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Well, they reference that Daredevil died, and she goes, it's fine.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I'm like, oh shit, that was the best. That was so funny.
That was a line where I was the only one in a theater of 400 people laughing. He's like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
I love that they like do the fourth wall jokes, like the fourth wall break jokes. It's
yeah.
It was perfect.
Yeah, Danielle in the house.
I saw there she is. Danielle, what's up, girl? How's it going? Flux and Vices? What's up, lady? How's it going? Dark Lotus says Ben Affleck is not a good actor.
And he was really not good in Daredevil.
He was really not good in Daredevil. Danielle says,
really
my son. Ooh, you just saw it. What did you think of it? I thought it was amazing.
Now, Danielle, on my recommendation, because you watched what I think to be one of the greatest Western movies of all time, which also has the best Western opening movie of any Western movie. Once Upon a Time in America. I'm not Once Upon a Time in America. Once Upon a Time in the West with Charles Bronson. What did you think, Danielle, sitting through a 2-hour and 47-minute Western movie?
We got a Steve Gosney sighting. What's up, Steve? How's it going? It's been a minute. I miss you, man. How you been? It's good to see you here. Oh, we also got a Brad side. What's up, Brad? How's it going?
Goatee.
It's bad when a shiny vampire is rated better than your Batman. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't like him as Batman either. He's a terrible. How does he keep getting cast?
I didn't
in
mind him as
things?
Batman. I didn't mind him as Batman, but
I didn't like him.
But I'm still waiting for Danielle to tell me what she thought of. There you go. I didn't even make it 2 hours. It is a 2 hour and 46-minute movie, but it has one of the greatest openings of any movie, and hands down the greatest opening of any Western movie of all time.
I'll have to watch that because I haven't seen that one. Now, speaking of Westerns, though, what did you think? Oh, now I can't remember the name of it.
Well, that won't help.
It was Quentin Tarantino's newest Western, or like most recent Western.
I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
It was terrible. Like, it's a 3-hour movie, and the first 2 hours and 45 minutes are slow and boring as fuck. It was terrible. But that was the last Western I saw, and I need to see, and I love Westerns. They're really it was the Hateful Eight. Yeah, that's what it was. See, I was thinking it was the Crazy Eight, but I'm like, no, that's the comedy with like Adam Sandler and all them. And then I was thinking the Crazy 88, and I'm like, no, that's from Kill Bill. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
See, but
they're all different.
I like Django Unchained. I thought that was a good movie from what I can remember, but I also love Jamie Foxx as an actor too. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah, well, it definitely is.
Oh, it's the Ridiculous Six, not the Crazy Eight. I don't know what I was thinking. Steve Gosney asks, Flux, best Western in your opinion? Now, if we're going to go with like best Western.
That's a great motel.
Best Western movie. I might say like Support Your Local Sheriff. Because I love that one. That or Maverick. I don't think those are true Westerns, but I love them. And they're cowboy-esque movies. Like John Wayne movies? Or what do we qualify? Can Support Your Local Sheriff qualify as a Western? Let me check. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Really? You've never seen Support Your Local Sheriff?
Nope. Never heard of it until just now.
Oh my god.
I think you're making stuff up.
Oh my god, no. It's a 1960. Wow, it's from 1968? It's got James Garner in it. That ring a bell? Hold on, let me pull up the movie poster.
Maverick.
I love Maverick. And they kind of do a play on that. Support Your Local Sheriff, or in Maverick from Support Your Local Sheriff. Island says Legal Vices. You have to see, so you do. It's wait. Here's Oh, that's it. No, I don't want that. I don't like Bing searches. This one.
Oh, Bing search sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible. This Support Your Local Sheriff.
Nope.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. It is hilarious. It is hilariously beautiful. It is one of the great Westerns, in my opinion.
Wow.
What is your favorite Western?
Oh God, see, that is such an impossible question to answer because there are just so many of them. I wouldn't even know how to answer that question. I mean,
there's a lot of good ones.
I mean, as far as just like the one I watch probably the most would be Clint Eastwood's Pale Rider. That's probably the one I watch the most.
Oh, that's a good one.
God, all the Sergio Leone, the spaghetti westerns are just ridiculously fantastic.
My brother was in a Clint Eastwood movie. It wasn't a Western though. Yeah, he did. It was just like it was like kind of background work, I guess. But I don't know if I don't remember. I just remember he did it, and he didn't like acting very much, so he hated it. But my mom got to meet Angelina Jolie and Clint Eastwood, so it was cool. I don't remember what movie, but it had Angelina Jolie in it. It was like a 1920s movie.
Hmm.
I don't know. I can't remember, but my mom was super excited. My brother was kind of excited to meet Clint Eastwood. But
there's just so many. If for comedy, I wouldn't really consider Blazing Saddles a Western because there was just so much going on there. That's just a straight up comedy that happens to be in a Western setting. But I think for like the best kind of slapstick comedic Western, My Name is Nobody is what it's called.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You probably haven't, but it's fun.
What's
My name is Nobody. Let's see if there's a short version that wouldn't get us nuked.
Yeah, no, I have not seen this film.
All right, it's great. My Name is Nobody is a good fun movie. Let's see. Play as much of this as you dare.
All right, we're gonna add.
It's not from a movie site, so there's
that's
a good chance. Do you have your YouTube studio thing open?
I do.
Okay, so just keep a little peripheral vision out for the yellow. You're gonna get nuked if you keep showing this thing. You shouldn't. That? It'll flash like right up at the top.
Oh, do I have to go to analytics though?
No. It's just on like the main. If you open up this video, like if you go to your content and then you open. Anyway, don't worry. We'll be fine. It's only 2 minutes. Okay. This is one of the classic fight scenes. He's like the fastest gunman in the West, kind of a thing. And
that's an intense chin.
Now we can't miss. Smart aleck. Sounds like you never seem to catch on. It's actually very simple. Now pay attention, huh? How do you do?
We play for a higher stakes up here.
Escape's talking to you.
Why don't you join us?
Uh-huh.
And it just doesn't end.
Nice to shoot a man in the back.
That's just one of the that's a great comedy Western.
That's a good one. That seems funny. I need to look that one up after, and I need to watch that one.
Yeah, my name is Nobody is what it's called.
Mander says, "Oh, huh? No, box his ears hurt. Yeah, getting slapped in the ear like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Buster Scruggs was the Ballad of Buster Scruggs was sort of very loosely inspired by My Name Is Nobody.
Nice.
And Buster Scruggs is awesome because it has Tom Waits in it. So.
Ooh. Did you ever see Calamity Jane with Doris Day?
Oh yeah, they used to show that like every year when I was in elementary school. They would like for part of an assembly. They played like that one and like a bunch of the Apple Dumpling Gang rides again. And,
nice.
Like Herbie, one of the Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. They would show like those three.
That's I love Calamity Jane. That is also a good Western because that one's got like Bill Hickok in it and it's got like all the greats, which it made me always want to go to North Dakota. I don't know why.
Mary Jane bitch slap. Bitch slap pussy for a hug.
Is that what it comes up? Because I have to name those emojis.
Yeah, that's what you. No, she said bitch slap, and then she put the three emoticons. Okay.
I was like, does it come up as bitch slap? That's so funny. That's just how chat comes up. I gotcha.
Yeah, and I like the good old westerns. See, all the Clint Eastwood ones, like Pale Rider, Fistful of Dollars, just some good stuff. You good, the bad, and the ugly.
Were you ever a fan of like Abbott and Costello movies?
Not really. Like,
no.
Yeah, and I mean, if they were on, I would watch them as a kid. Like, what Abbott and Costello was Abbott and Costello versus the Mummy. I think was kind of what I liked as a kid because they met like all the monsters.
Yeah,
they had, like Frankenstein one and Mummy one.
Yep, the Invisible Man. That one's good too.
I was more of a Three Stooges than Abbott and Costello guy.
That's fair. That's fair. Did you ever watch the old Little Rascals?
Oh yeah, it's every day at the after school. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. They were so like sassy. Like you could never get away with TV like that these days. I'm like, a lot of stuff like would fly back in the day, but definitely not today. Oh man.
Oh, Fire Red Podcast. Good night, brother, man. The gummies are kicking in. Yeah, not for me. Have a good night, brother. Sleep well. Outlaw Josie Wales, great movie. And then again, they're not really westerns, but like all the old trapper films, like Jeremiah Johnson. I mean, that's just like my hometown. Yeah. All the Jeremiah Johnson thing. That's in my backyard.
That's awesome. Now, are westerns your favorite genre of movie?
Oh no, not at all. I just love it. What was it was Yellowstone. When I was watching Yellowstone, I know I've mentioned this before. I've never been homesick in my life, but watching Yellowstone, I got just weirdly homesick for Utah. Because like the first 3 seasons of Yellowstone were filmed in Utah. And there was a couple of scenes that were actually filmed in my stupid little hometown.
Oh, wow.
So, I'm like, oh, holy crap. I saw that view every day of my life for the first 19 years. I'm like, ah. And have you watched Yellowstone?
I've seen bits and pieces of episodes, but I've never
watch it straight through.
Okay.
It's awesome. Yeah, there's a bar where all the cowboys go and they pull in the big land developer people in there and beat the hell out of him and stuff. That bar is like right off the interstate in Ogden, and I've been to that bar so many times. And so I'm just like, I know all the places. Yeah.
It's always fun when you can do that, though. Where you're like, oh, I know where that is.
But then after like season 3, they actually moved to Montana. Because Montana said, "Hey, we'll give you tax breaks." So they went there. But
that's always a good incentive for those types.
No, the first movie I remember actually going, "Hey, I know those locations," and it really ruined film editing for me. Was Jean-Claude Van Damme, Universal Soldier, Dolph Lundgren? Yeah, because there's this big. They're being chased in this gigantic semi truck across the salt flats. They're going across the Utah salt flats. They're burning through there, and then as they're coming, there's like a cliff approaching, and they have to do the big slam on the brakes before they fall off into the gorge. And I'm like, that gorge is about 300 miles from the salt flats. I'm sorry, this movie's stupid. So that's when I first really film editing is kind of stupid.
Yeah, that happened. I can't remember. It was some like movie when I was in probably middle school. Whatever film it was supposed to have like taken place on the East Coast, but they had an In-N-Out cup, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. I know that's fake. Y'all filmed it here because y'all can't get that cup over there. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, I was just like, oh no, that cliff they're about to drive over is 300 miles away from where they just came from.
What's your favorite terrible movie?
Oh God. Well, I mean, for my favorite terrible movie, you could list anything in Mystery Science Theater 3000. But if we assume something that like didn't make if it was like so bad, even they haven't done anything with it. Oh, my favorite. Oh.
There's some doozies out there.
And I watch a lot of really bad stuff on purpose, just because someone legitimately said, man, this script is it. Let's pay money to make this. Someone invested money. And then on the other hand, there's probably a film studio going, we need a tax write-off. We need to claim our losses on something. So you've got some guy who thinks his script is really the shit. And then you've got the people going, yeah, this is so bad, we'll get a tax write-off. And they make this movie in all seriousness. It's so bad it's good. The Rowdy Roddy Piper movie with the aliens.
I don't think I've seen that one.
The name has just slipped my mind. Come on, chat. Save me here. Now, Manos was an MST3K movie, so that doesn't count. They Live. Yes, Mary Jane with the first They Live. Surely you've seen They Live. It's like, the wrestler Rowdy Roddy Piper. There's like aliens, and he has to like wear special sunglasses, and he can see through their human human counters, and they've got all these subliminal advertisements like obey, obey, obey. They Live is such a shit film, and but it's so bad that it's an absolute classic.
There are so many from like the 80s that are like that, where they're just like,
that's when it was made.
Yep. They're so bad. It's like, why was this a movie? But also this needed to be a movie.
All the Burt I. Gordon movies with like the ants and the grasshoppers and the spiders and everything else that attacks the city.
Yeah.
There was one that was like the about locusts. But it was so bad. It was literally like a regular sized grasshopper that they filmed from above, like a postcard of the Empire State Building with like a grasshopper on the postcard of the Empire State Building. It was classic. So bad. Night of the Lepus. But Mystery Science Theater did that one too. Night of the Lepus.
Oh, Dark Lotus says, no, you shut your... Tremors.
Now, Tremors was supposed to be that.
Tremors, I mean, and it's like, it was supposed to be bad, but it was supposed to be like the good bad. And it was a good bad, especially with Reba and I think her husband's name was Earl.
Everybody's name is Earl in those movies.
Right? And he's just like, stockpiling all the ammo and stuff. Like, that was amazing.
Now, Divergence More has hit a trigger point here. Attack of the Eye Creatures. Now, if you were to ask me what my favorite MST3K movie is, hands down, Attack of the Eye Creatures. That is my favorite MST3K movie of all time. Of any movie they've ever done, that's my favorite. That's a very easy question for me.
I feel like I maybe saw that a long time ago.
No, it was awful.
What's
was
up,
so-
MG in the house? He says Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah,
Man,
but see, that's like Zombievers. It's supposed to be that way.
any movie where it's like Attack of the Killer or Attack of the Giant, those movies are always going to be amazing, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, the MST3K movie was good. It was This Island Earth, great, which is a great science fiction movie in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
But the Attack of the Eye Creatures is no question my favorite MST3K movie. It has a great line. I mean, it's my probably my all-time favorite line comes from Manos, the Hands of Fate, which Torgo the White. Torgo is the servant character in Manos and the Hands of Fate. The master wouldn't approve. But there was like one line in here when this little girl picks up the family dog and she like hands the dogs back to the parents. Like, but they're like, "Mommy, the doggy's sharp again." That's my favorite MST3K line was the "Mommy, the doggy's sharp again." But my second favorite line comes from the Attack of the Eye Creatures, where there's this old dude looking very Ernest Hemingway like. He's got a big bushy beard and a little hat, and he's polishing this shotgun. It's like, meanwhile, at the Hemingway homestead in Ketchum, Idaho, that's where Ernest Hemingway shot himself in the head with a shotgun in his life.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the Hemingway home in Ketchum, Idaho. Oh no. So yeah, those are my two favorite MST3K lines.
Oh man. Did you like Monster or Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Oh yeah, they did the remake.
There's a remake?
They didn't call it Creature from the Black Lagoon. They called it something about but no, the original was one of my favorite. What's one of my classic science fiction films? The old rubbery gills and
right. The movie that scarred me, I think, even till this day, is I think it was The Head That Wouldn't Die. Is that what it was called?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one I saw when I was like 8. Oh no!
If you haven't seen it, you need to watch the MST3K version of that. It's good.
I don't know. I got so scarred, and like I don't know, that movie. When I think about it, it still puts a weird, like, I start tasting tin.
Oh,
yeah. I don't like it. Like, that's how much it traumatized me, is that I taste tin if I like start to think about the movie too much.
JKD Bucks' Kentucky Fried Movie is awesome. That may have been the first movie I saw boobs in. It may have been. I can't think of a boob movie before that I saw.
I'm pretty sure the first movie for me was 16 Candles, because don't they have boobs in that movie?
I don't think so, because they were all 16. I don't know. I hope not. I can't remember. I've seen it a million times and I can't remember boobs.
I don't know. The first one, and my parents like freaked out.
Emmanuel in space. Oh, the old Emmanuel movies. Oh no.
Are those like the Machete movies?
No, they're like Emmanuel's this queen that just goes around the world having sex with people. They're like the Skinamax films, you know. Oh, the Emmanuel movies. I totally forgot about those.
I'll have to look those up.
Oh, they're just bad.
Boosh asks, did you see
Nope.
Danger? What is that?
Diabolique.
Diabolique? Yeah, what is that?
Haven't seen it. Once everybody original left, and it was like the cousin of somebody who, and it was like they brought in all the monkeys and they tried too hard. The Ernest movies. Oh.
Speaking of movies and amazingness and monkeys, did you see they're making a new Planet of the Apes?
Don't do it. Why?
It's got the Freya, what's her name, who played Siri. She's in it. And I'm like, I like her as an actress. I might watch it because she's in it, but I don't know. This one, it's like, I don't know. I saw a trailer for it and it makes me nervous because nothing will ever be as amazing as the original Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, the original Planet of the Apes series are fantastic. They're my favorite.
Iconic.
Even all the ones that came after it, which is why I have that ape has never killed ape video clip in my
I love
file.
that so much. I love that clip so much.
No, I've been a huge Planet of the Apes fan like my entire life. I would always love it when they came on TV.
Right? It's the only series where they came out with like 7 movies that were all equally as terrible and good.
Well, in the last one that Charlton Heston was in, he was only in it because it was one of the deals where he contracted that they had to kill him in the movie.
That's
awesome. I want to be done with this. I will not do this movie unless I die in it.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. But
no, I watched the Mike era. It's when what was her name, Polly or whatever. I watched the Mike era. It was when the brain guy came and the monkey came, and then what was her name, Polly or whatever the hell her name was in the MST3Ks. I watched a couple of seasons of that, and then Pearl, yeah, and then I went, eh. But anyway, that's my MST3K journey. But there are 5 channels, 5 official MST3K channels on YouTube that show them on repeat 24/7.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them because it is fun to watch every now and again.
Oh, Showgirls! Oh my Lord!
Is that a movie?
Yeah, with what's her face from Saved by the Bell. Showgirls?
I feel like I know what you're talking about. Hold on, let me make sure.
I have a few of the riff tracks because they swear on there. It's great.
The 1995 film?
Yes, Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell.
Oh.
That is one of the worst movies that's ever been produced. It is so bad.
But I feel like, because the trailers play, I feel like I might need to see it though.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Not worth it. Just watch Coyote Ugly instead or something.
Oh yeah, or just go till dusk till dawn and watch the table dancing scene. That's all you got to do. Just watch Selma Hayek in anything, and it's better than Showgirls. Now the Showgirls story that I have in my life is I was in law school and married when it came out, and my ex-wife's brother thought that was just the greatest movie ever. Basically, because it had white boobs in it.
Nice.
And he came to visit us all the way from Korea because he wanted us to take him to Las Vegas so he could go to the club where Showgirls was filmed.
Cool.
And I said, no, you don't. And he said, yes, I do. And I'm like, you really don't. He came. I'm like, all right, guess we're going to Vegas. So we went to Vegas. We stayed at the Excalibur back then, which was one of the newer hotels at the moment. We did the stupid, pretend you're in a medieval feast eating roasted chicken with your fingers while you drink your Diet Coke. It's medieval Coke. And while you watch the fake people joust. We did that, and then he's like, "Let's go! I want to go over there." And this bar that they filmed, this strip club that they filmed the raunchier scenes in, is like off Broadway in Vegas. And I mean, you went to Fremont Street, which used to be the main drag, which is now the off the strip place. This was like off Fremont Street. It was grim, and we pulled into the parking lot. He looked at all of the motorcycles in front of it, all the guys in their motorcycle gear, all the motorcycle club guys with their vests on, all of the very Mexican looking people that were outside at night, the bouncers. I'm like, do you want to go in? It's like, no, let's go back to the hotel. He didn't want to go in. He got too scared in the parking lot. I had to go into the actual bar. So then we went to, God, I think it was the Excalibur or something, and paid $100 a piece for some stupid topless review thing. And so he got to see his titties, but of course, even then, I was like, it was like a topless Cirque du Soleil kind of thing. It was weird, and like about halfway through this stupid dinner titty performance, he finally, even he leaned over and was like, why are they doing this topless? I'm like, I don't know. You were the one that wanted to see this. It was just weird.
Oh Lord, Dark Lotus says Fremont is sketchy on a good day.
Well, you were there, you know.
Yeah. It's very lit up. I will say that it's very well lit in at least the main area.
Well, it's gotten better since they covered it and they started doing the
zip lines,
the zip line thing. When it was just Fremont Street, like Fremont Street was the place to be before the Strip, but then once they developed the Strip, Fremont Street died, and then it just became a shithole. And then they covered it and put lights in and zip lines, and it's like the people that can't afford to be on the Strip go to Fremont Street.
You get a lot more of the panhandlers down there.
Yeah. But of course, I mean, you were there the night of a Grateful Dead concert, so yeah.
The entire
I didn't need to do the edible. Just go outside and breathe the damn air.
Yeah, the entire, like, all of Vegas is just one giant, like, smoke cloud. You cannot get fresh air. Like, when you were in the Strip, it's just a weed cloud. That's all you got. You got nothing, like, no fresh air. That's why they have all those, I'm betting that's why they have all those oxygen bars. Is because it's the only fresh oxygen you can get.
Well, like I said, the first 2 days we were there was Grateful Dead concerts at the Sphere, which was right across the street from our hotel. I could see it out my window. But I mean, it was just, you just walk outside and it's just marijuana clouds. I mean, it's 24 hours a day, worse at night.
Oh yeah. Like anytime I went out to smoke a cigarette, I'm like, there's 90 people in the smoke area all smoking joints. I'm like, oh, so we're all it's just one dense thick cloud, and you're like, thank you for all sharing your smoke, because now I got secondhand high too.
Well, and then after doing something, it wasn't the 24-hour night, but we all got hungry about 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, that was the first night.
Was that the first night?
Yeah, I had passed out because traveling and stuff is a lot. And so I went to bed by 1:30, and y'all went out for In-N-Out. Yeah.
We decided we were going to go to In-N-Out Burger just because it was the middle of the night. That was about the only thing open that was within walking distance. And like I said, this was after a Grateful Dead concert. So literally there was 20,000 people with the munchies.
It was awesome.
And there was a line outside of In-N-Out Burger about a block long. It took us 45 minutes to get in the door and get our food. There was literally 20,000 people with the munchies.
Hey, In-N-Out is good for that. In-N-Out is awesome for that. And with a $5 super chat from Let's Go Brandon, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I think this is a Jeff question, but are you guys getting all the pop-up content warning suggestions on YouTube, or is it just U.S. election season again?
I haven't gotten a single pop-up mostly because I have my pop-up blockers on. But I haven't heard of anybody getting any pop-up things. Have you been getting any YouTube pop-up things?
No, I have YouTube Premium because I don't like ads. So I just have YouTube, and I don't do like Netflix. I don't have like Netflix or Hulu or anything. So I just have YouTube Premium, so I don't really get any ads, which is nice because I hate ads and they're everywhere now. Have you ever seen that episode of South Park with the ads?
Nope,
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
seen ads. It was just
It's like ad apocalypse where like everything is just an ad within an ad within an ad. And it's like how reality is today. And like
I wish I
one
had
of
easy access to South Park here.
you
I
can't
just don't have easy access.
Oh, like not even like with VPNs or something.
Yeah, he's got to have a place to watch it to begin with.
Oh, that's fair. But
Casper Ghost, Ozzy went to In-N-Out Burger in Vegas. Yes, he went to In-N-Out Burger in Vegas.
oh, I do have. Hold on, I don't know if I have easy access to that picture, but
He went twice. He went there for lunch, and then he went back by himself while I was he was waiting for us. He went there, and then
no,
he went back
because
later that night.
I went with him the
Oh,
first
you went with him?
time.
Okay.
Yeah, and hold on, I want to show you guys the picture because it's honestly like it's such a cute picture of Ozzy because he's so happy with his In-N-Out burger. Where is it?
Oh, it tags the videos with a suggestion of what is being discussed, and links to the answer. No, I haven't seen anything like that.
That's
I have had a couple of. I did have a couple of videos from 2 years ago get demonetized because election things. And
That's
I don't
weird.
talk about politics at all. I think maybe I said the word Trump or something in the middle of it. And they're like, oh, I mean, it wasn't demonetized. It just said it's ineligible for promotional ads. I'm like, I didn't put promotional ads on it anyway. So
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
This was oh wait, that's not it. That's not it.
What is
too
it?
many tabs open.
Just scratching my nose. You don't need to see that. There we go.
Hold on.
Had a wild mustache hair tickling the
Ooh.
inside of my nose.
That's the one thing with my beard. It makes my nose itch. All right, I had like 90 tabs open and I couldn't find the right one to share. So here, this was Hayden's first trip to In-N-Out. I was so proud. I was so happy he enjoyed it so much.
He enjoyed it so much. He went back 12 hours later.
Oh yeah, In-N-Out is such a good burger. Like
he's looking much more fresh than the second time we went in there.
Yeah, that was the start of it. I had a second StreamYard open over there and I didn't know what happened. And it was like, oh, you want to go into your studio? I'm like, no, don't. I don't want to do that. MG says, I love In-N-Out. Yeah, In-N-Out is amazing. Ozzy said it was the best burger he had. And I think that's accurate.
Yeah, for what it is, it's good. I mean, it tastes handmade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It tastes homemade and handmade, which I love. But it's been about 3.5 hours. I don't want to take up all of your Sunday. Thank you so much.
3.5 hours. It's been 1.5.
What did I say? 3.5?
Yeah.
I meant 1.5. I don't want to take up your entire Sunday
morning. Like it's been that long with me? Jeez.
No, my dyslexia kicked in and decided to just say something random.
That's good.
Because in my head, I meant to say 1.5 hours.
But it still kind of sounds like you're trying to get rid of me.
No, I just don't want to take up your whole Sunday.
Oh yeah, so many pressing social engagements, so little time.
I don't know, but what do you? Okay, so if you, I don't mind chatting with you for a while more. If you don't have anywhere else to be.
Hey, this is the only place there is to be, people. You should know that.
Yeah. How long do you think it'll take for Auntie Bev to let us know that she's not gonna take those charges away?
1 to 2 weeks.
You think that long?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you have to make it look like he considered it.
That's That's a long time, though.
But did you see the clip that I posted on Twitter about how to do it right? This was.
No, I didn't actually get to see that one, but we can play it.
No, because that was how you would do this situation, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's how it should be done, and I don't know why she didn't do it.
Well, because she's.
Well, I know why she didn't do it, but I don't know why she didn't do it.
I don't want it to take that long. I want to know now that she's going to deny it.
Let's see.
She's gonna take so long, and she's gonna deny it, and we all know that she's gonna deny it. Even though that dude, that appellate lawyer, he made some really good arguments.
Oh, I liked him. He was fantastic.
And Lolly's stupid arguments had nothing to do with even anything. He was like, oh, we can't talk about the deliberation process. Like, bitch, you're not talking about the deliberation process. You're not doing that. So stop bringing it up. I can't be the only one that thought that.
This is how you do the Karen Reed thing. This is how you do the Karen Reed thing. Like, where they didn't come with a unanimous verdict, so I don't care what they said, when they may have come to an agreement on some of the charges but not the others.
Do you feel like that it is likely that the jury on continued deliberations will reach a verdict?
No, sir.
Let me ask you this. Has the jury considered the highest level of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Is there a disagreement as to the highest level of offense?
Yes.
That's where your disagreement falls?
No, I'm sorry. It is not. That is not the case for the highest offense.
Okay. Does the jury agree on the highest level of offense, that the defendant is either guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
What is the verdict in that?
Not guilty.
Okay. So the jury has found the defendant not guilty of first degree murder.
Yes.
Okay.
This is all you had to do. And then you go to the second charge.
May I borrow the charge book for a minute so I can look at the verdict form?
That would have been perfect.
If you need it back to look at it, just tell me.
He's not done yet.
Has the jury considered the second level of the offense attempted first degree premeditated murder?
We did consider that.
Is there an agreement that the defendant is not guilty as to that offense?
Yes, sir. There is an agreement.
Has the jury considered the level of offense second degree murder?
Yes, sir.
Is there an agreement that the defendant is not guilty as to second degree murder?
Not guilty.
And then you just go down until you find the one that they're hung up on. That's all you have to do.
Perfect. But she ran out of there so fast.
Yeah.
Like, do you think, in your professional opinion, as a lawyer, have you seen like a judge run out of the courtroom that fast? And like,
no,
like,
I haven't.
never shuffle a jury out that quickly.
Never. I mean, at the absolute very least, they'll give a very public thanks. The jurors, they've given their time, they've given their effort, they seriously deliberated about this. You guys are great. Thank you so much for doing your job. And then they go through nobody. You can talk to anybody you want. Nobody can talk to. They always do that publicly and openly on the record. That's the very least they do before they send the jury out. She's just like, I'm not going to put them through this again. Dismiss, go away. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd because I've always heard the judge be like, okay, you're released, you do this, A, B, C, D. And she was like, no, go back to your room. I'll be right there. Like, I felt like they were being punished. Like, go to your room. I'll be there to talk to you in a minute. Ooh. But yeah,
there was none of that. It was weird.
Interesting. So do you think that presents Do you think that's a her thing?
No.
Like,
That
no.
that just seemed to me like she wanted them out of the room before somebody said something. I hope to God I'm wrong, but it certainly feels like I want the jury out of this room before somebody says something.
That's what I thought. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that, because I don't know. I was like, they always pulled the jury. Always. Like, I've never not seen a jury be pulled.
Well, they'll usually ask, and then one side or the other will say yes. It's not a I mean, every jurisdiction is different, but I don't know of a jurisdiction where polling the jury is mandatory. But usually, one side or the other will ask for it.
It presents an interest. Do you think legally they can dismiss, or do you think that you think
I think legally this should be dismissed?
Do you think that the judge has the power to do that, even though
she's the one that will decide whether to dismiss charges counts 1 and 3 or not. But will she?
If let's say the DA appeals it, what could they appeal it on?
A misapplication of law. They would have to argue that, but it's not that easy to overturn a decision. It happens a lot, but not when there's a lot of appellate decisions out there, but compared to the number of appellate cases that are out there, because you have to have a very, very good reason to overturn another judge's decision.
Mm-hmm. You think this, let's say Beverly denies it and it goes to appeal. What are the chances, you think, because of the facts of this case and everything? I feel like this is just, I just don't understand how this was even brought in the first place. Holy shit.
No, all of the arguments the defense have been making in their motions to dismiss, all of the arguments made that the new lawyer guy made at the hearing on the motion to dismiss have been absolutely compelling to me, especially in light of Lally's big response in both his motions and in the hearing was, well, they could have appealed right there on the spot. They could have said something. They didn't say anything, so they didn't appeal it. And also coercion. That's literally his defense. He doesn't deny it happened. He doesn't deny that she was found not guilty unanimously on counts 1 and 3.
Mm-hmm. I liked what you said about how it's the spirit of the law over the letter of the law.
Yeah, and that was the argument that the defense was making. It's the verdict is, have they come? Has there been this meeting of the minds? Have they all agreed to this? Whether or not they put it on paper, they reached that determination.
Mm-hmm.
And Lally's, well, they could have changed their mind.
I liked what he said about how, there's all this outside coercion, yada yada yada, outside influence. They've left the jury room. It's like, yeah, no, but if they all agree that they agreed to it before they left the jury room and nobody's contradicting, doesn't that mean they kind of made up their minds before they had any outside influence? A little bit.
I mean that coercion argument was just stupid. It was just dumb.
I thought it was fun that we got a Murdaugh throwback. And I think it was funny that they used that because there was no outside. This is they made a decision and they either didn't know they were allowed to be actually we made 2 of them. We did 2 of them. Cause
well, see, MG's mentioned it a couple of times. The judge told them not to mark their forms until they've reached an agreement on all of the charges. That was an improper instruction as far as I'm concerned. Each count is a separate count. It's a separate allegation with separate evidence, separate elements of the crime. Each one of those are separate counts. They should have been marked each and individually. Yes, we agreed on this one. That should have been marked. Yes, we agree on this one. Should have been marked. And the one that they didn't agree on should not have been marked.
Is the jury form going to be a problem? Because I know at first they didn't even have the not guilty. They just had guilty, right?
Well, the problem with the forms are not Bev's problem.
Mhm.
She did not make the jury forms. Those are the published forms that they use. There's two versions of it. She used they both suck, but she used the one that sucked harder than the other one. There's I don't know who makes the forms up, but they're forms that some committee somewhere develops, and they've been used forever. I think these were made like in 1973 or something, if I remember. They were made a long time ago. I can't remember when they were, but they've just always been there. Lawyers and judges do not like change.
Isn't jury like laws and legals I can't remember what it is, but laws are supposed to be written in a way that like a layman can understand for the purpose of like, so that they can understand the law, what they can and can't do. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand that. I feel like that should apply to like all of the law, where like the law should be like so people can understand. I don't understand why jury forms have to be so complicated and so
because lawyers
wordy.
Because lawyers,
Fair.
But Fair. Like I said, lawyers and judges hate change. They hate anything that changes the way it's always been done. Which is why in 2025 we still have wording from the 1300s that comes now, and the heretofore, thus saith all men present.
I loved the hear ye. I was like, oh my God, they still do that.
Yeah, no, this shit's been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. That's how much lawyers and judges hate changes.
At least we don't wear the wigs anymore. Good for them. Well, they don't wear wigs anymore.
Still doing the in the kingdoms,
Right? Well, yeah, but at least here we don't, because that's weird. But I just further saith not.
Yes. All those, as I call them, the magic words. You got to have the magic words in there to make it official.
Which Sarah Boone is doing a lot of, which is also fun.
Latin, throwing Latin phrases in. That's always a fun one. It's like, dude, well, inter alia. No, don't say inter alia. Say among other things, for fuck's sake. The Latin users are the ones that piss me off.
Yeah, that one you do just like, I feel like people who use Latin are the same as like vegans and people who do CrossFit. You're always going to know because they're always going to tell you, oh, did you know Latin this? Or they're always going to find a way to bring it up.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's education for the sake of showing you're educated,
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I mean, it's a classic example of hating change. You have people that literally continue to use a language that has been dead for 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
The language itself is a dead language, and they're using that still because it's official.
Island says we're gonna need a Sarah Boone. I don't know what I'm doing. Counter. Oh my God, that's gonna have to be on the bingo card.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand, or I don't know what I'm doing. But wasn't
now
she
Tuesday?
The one who was like, I'm so smart.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I got all straight A's.
Did you hear she asked what sustain meant?
I saw that. I saw that while I was falling asleep, which is horseshit. But
I'm like, lady,
I will be doing that. I'll be reviewing her hearing on Tuesday.
Oh, good.
Tomorrow I'm going for Maritime Monday. We're looking at the $50 million lawsuit that has been filed by the family of the French explorer Nargeolet that died there.
I'm so excited. I love Maritime Mondays. Those, I didn't realize I liked boat stories, but they're really fun. I mean,
well, this lawsuit is really interesting because it gets into some. It's the first time we're hearing some of the things that are raised factually wise, and some of the allegations.
Isn't another company going to try and do it? I heard that there was another company that was like, they did it the wrong way. We're going to show you how to do it the right way.
Oh, there's another company that it's a salvage company that owns the salvage rights to the Titanic. They're planning on doing another dive coming up here soon. They haven't done one, they said, in about 12 years, but they have the rights to tear apart the ship and sell it, but they don't. They're focused on preservation, so they're sending down like some of the newest like 3D underwater rovers to map the ship inside and out.
I feel like, hasn't that already been done like a lot?
Yeah, but with 10, 12-year-old technology, now it's like way better. So now they're going to go in and redo it with like some way better imaging.
Do you think they'll ever be able to pull that wreckage up?
Oh no, it's dead. It's going to be gone before too long, which is why they're doing this. They want to preserve the images of how it is, because it's just going away.
I heard there's a lot of like metal eating bacteria down there that like just is disintegrating the ship essentially.
Yeah.
Which
that's basically
what's
cool.
Happening. That's kind of cool. But I don't.
Which is like interesting because you didn't see that with like the Endurance and Shackleton's ship there in the Antarctic, because it's so cold, nothing lives in it basically. So
that's neat.
Yeah, so the ship has been there for over 100 years, and it looks like it sank yesterday.
Yeah. AP says, "Leave the damn ship alone. Stop messing with the tomb." Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
No, I was going to say that's what they're not taking anything from it. They're just mapping it out with they're trying to get as much of the inside mapping and the outside mapping redone with the newest and latest technology.
Mm-hmm. Preserve the wreck.
Yeah, it's going to be gone, and so I think they're trying to get it for like some sort of holographic thing eventually.
That would be cool. Which holographs are like people like that's the whole new thing now. That's the new rage. There was the whole Michael Jackson concert in Vegas, which I thought was weird because that's another thing. It's like let that man let's move on. We don't need to let's just move on. But oh man, that's crazy. I don't know who in their right mind would ever go down there. No.
Adrenaline junkies and people that are, well, I mean, you look at like James Cameron, he's got his thing that went down there, but basically the ship that he goes down and does these deep dives in could, you could detonate a nuclear bomb under him and he'd be safe because he cares.
Yeah.
He's careful.
You mean he doesn't just use like an Xbox controller or a Logitech controller? It's not even Xbox brand. Yeah, it's Logitech brand.
Yeah, he did.
Which
does feature in the lawsuit.
Does it really?
That's mentioned. Yeah.
I imagine so. Like, bro, at least pay for brand name. How do you remember how expensive it was to take that trip?
$250,000 a person.
And how much is the lawsuit for?
$50 million.
Wow.
Yeah, well, because the Nargiolet was like Mr. Titanic. He was like the world's leading Titanic explorer guy.
Good Lord. But
they've got a pretty good waiver clause to get through first.
Ooh. Because they essentially sign away everything, right?
Yeah, I mean it's mentioned like 2 or 3 times in their waiver that you could die if you go on this. But their argument, which we'll talk about in the lawsuit review, basically is like, well, they knew it was dangerous. They just didn't know how dangerous it really was.
I mean, I feel like that's a really good point to get around the waiver is like, yeah, it was there's risk when you go down that but like when you're not x-raying the whole of the vessel and you're not doing certain things, I feel like what is it, the good faith is kind of gone there.
Yeah, well, that's essentially accurate? Kind of their argument. That's is he didn't tell us the extent of how shitty this thing was. If they would have known the full scope of how bad and how dangerous it was, no way would they have signed that waiver. No way would they have gone down.
They
Hey,
thought
Strobs,
they were
what's up? Strawberry making an appearance with a ball in her mouth.
they were driving a Bentley, and instead they were like, I don't know, in a
I don't think they thought they were
or-
driving a Bentley. They probably knew it was like Volkswagen Bug status, but it ended up being like a go-kart.
I was gonna say it was like less than a smart car at that point.
Yeah. Ooh, Islands is always brief. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I was briefly trapped in a cave once, cured myself, and it cured me of all my small. I would imagine a small space underground pursuit. Yeah, I would imagine after that would never ever.
Well, see, I'm not claustrophobic, but I just don't like things close to my face. So that's why, like on airplanes, I can't sit in the first row next to the bulkhead because I'm staring at a wall this far away from my face for 5, 6, 7 hours. And caves, as long as the lights are on, I've got no problem with it. I love caves. I love walking through caves and exploring caves and things. But it's like on any good deep cave tour, they'll turn out the lights to show you how black it really is. And when they do that, when it's like literally so black you can't see your face, your hand in front of your face, when it's just that oppressive darkness, it feels like something is just touching in front of my face, and it drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah. See, no, yeah, I never thought I was claustrophobic until, yeah.
Oh my God. Island says I'm not claustrophobic. The cave completely collapsed less than a month after I was in it.
Oh,
yoink.
Wow. Yeah. Glad you're safe. Holy cow. I don't like, I realized it when, I was going to, school for my criminal justice degree. We had to take a tour of a prison, and I realized it's not that I'm claustrophobic, it's I don't want to be confined, like trapped. I want to be able to leave, to get out, to go, like to remove myself from the space whenever I want to. So like planes, I don't like flying because you can't just get off a plane. You can't, even when you're on the ground, you can't just get off. So it's not that I'm claustrophobic, I just don't like being confined. No matter how, like I said, I was in a whole prison, and it's just I couldn't get out of it. So I got like I just don't like being confined no matter how big the space. Like let me just be free.
Yeah.
But
I get that.
Yeah. But Mrs. Flux is actually coming through the front door.
Woo-hoo!
So it is going to be time to wrap it up soon because
cool. Let's do it then. It's up to you. I got nothing to do. I can go right now. I can stay right now. It doesn't matter. So
we are
you need to go.
We're probably gonna do second dinner because we do first dinner and then second dinner when she gets home. But yeah, we're hobbits. Yep.
All right. Well, we need to schedule some Red Dead Redemption 2 online play here on your channel here.
Yes. Well, we got to figure out like time frames.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we got to find a way to make it work.
And we were planning on next Friday doing an unexplained stream at 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern. But Danny texted me and said she's had something suddenly come up and wondering if we can do Saturday instead.
This Saturday?
No, it's Saturday right now. Yeah, it's Saturday night right now. We're here, so next Saturday.
Oh yeah. I have to. It depends on the time because Squid is doing a fundraiser for her community. And I'm gonna pop by that because they got hit real hard by Debbie slammed them. Yeah. Debbie came and gave us a good little pounding, but they really
and I don't know if our guest can meet next Saturday either, so I have to check with her. Our guest is a film producer, a Bigfoot hunter, and she's discovering she might possibly also be a medium.
Oh, interesting.
She was joking around with doing some medium stuff in a graveyard, and then things happened. So she's wondering.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of
No,
terrifying.
she's someone I've known for a couple of years. I met her on Instagram. She was doing like these little film projects, making Lovecraft movies. Like she made a little short film about like the cats of Ulthar and other
That's kind of
things.
cool. Oh my God. I have not been able to get that story out of my head because the first time I heard it was when you told it on Halloween. And I'm just like, I love that story. I have been obsessed with that story since you've said it. It's such a great story.
It is.
Oh, I love it so much. Like, talk about a good cat story. That is a great cat story. Although it still makes me sad, because it is a little sad. But good revenge. Good revenge.
Yeah, Jared, I still plan on having, like, next time it comes around to me after this time, we got to talk about X-Ray Girl stuff.
Yeah,
X-Ray Girl's
that would be cool to have her.
She wants to talk about ghosts and stuff.
Ooh,
She's just not familiar with like Bigfoot and cryptid things, but she has ghost stories to tell. All right.
What do you got coming up?
Maritime Monday, the $50 million lawsuit, Sarah Boone on Tuesday, and then Megan Fox and I might be working on a little something for Wednesday.
Ooh, I love when you and Megan do streams together. That is always the most entertaining. That was
Thursday, Hard Tongue. Friday, don't know, but 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing the next F it Friday for July.
Nice.
August.
For July?
August. Yeah, for August. Is it still August or is it September yet? Yeah, we'll be doing the August one. The not alcohol free F it Friday, the less alcohol F it Friday. We'll be doing an F it Friday fantastic fortune Ferris wheel.
Ooh, I like it.
There's about 20 choices of rewards and punishments, and about half of them will be alcohol related. So we'll be cutting down severely on it.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be neat. And yeah, I'll just have my video game shenanigans on Monday and be doing my normal stuff.
Now, I should say, speaking of video games, if Megan and I don't do the thing on Wednesday, which I think we're going to do, if we don't do it on Wednesday, then I got something else. But if probably next Friday will be the something else, which is the debut of perhaps a once every 2 weeks streaming of me playing Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Complete with
I will
voice
definitely
acting.
watch that. That would be cool. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me. This is fun. We need to do this again because, like, just chilling is always awesome.
It was a very fast 2 hours, even though it felt like 3.5 to you.
I'm sorry, I meant to say 1.5, but words in my brain and stuff, but you know. All right, guys. Well, have an excellent night. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Be excellent to each other, and yeah, have a fantastic weekend. We'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye.